Hey everyone, so I figured I'd fill you all in on the whole story for what led to my hiatus and what's been happening since. So to start, we're actually going to backtrack all the way back to like October, I think, of last year. And my mom, who up until this point had been living with me, started seeing someone and ended up moving in with him fairly quickly, but she's in her 40s, so she has a life experience. Um, and I basically had to figure out what was going on, like if I was staying where I'm at or if I was moving with her. And I was going to try to stay. So I talked to one of my friends who lives in the area with an unaccepting family about possibly becoming roommates, and that fell through. So I was kind of scrambling, honestly, and I ended up just giving into the fact that for the first time since I was 19, or I guess 20, but that was like during school breaks and stuff, um, I was going to be living with family members instead of being out on my own or having family live with me. And the plan was that at the end of February, I would move in with my mom and her boyfriend, and I would relocate my life over an hour away from where I am now. I got fired in January, and I was really struggling. That's part of why I was able to spend so much time working on my channel. Because making YouTube videos regularly with a job is very stressful, even if you only work part time. So that happens. I am almost completely packed at this point, and I ended up meeting somebody. I met my girlfriend, which it feels very odd to say as someone who identifies as almost exclusively gay. It's complicated, but she's trans, and I thought she was a dude when we met. But I'm also trans, so it's not like being trans isn't a deal breaker. It's not like she's the first person who has like told me that she's a different gender than I thought she was when we met after we started dating. But she was going through some personal stuff, and she ended up moving in with me. Honestly, really quickly, but things have worked out very well. She helped me get things like more or less in order. We're still kind of scraping a bit, but it's life. And we are trying to get everything worked out and, trying to build an adult home, which is something that I've kind of always lived like a college student, even after dropping out, and it's not the greatest habit. And my girlfriend, despite the fact that she has a kid, had never really lived as an adult on her own. She had like lived in the house that her great grandparents had left to her, but it wasn't her place, you know. And then she ended up moving in with her ex and was still living with her ex even after the end of the relationship, just because she didn't have her own place figured out yet. So we're trying to be adults, and she's working and still commuting all the way back to where she used to live, which is really far from where we live now, where I have been this whole time. And I ended up finding a job in April, so I'm back at work now. But life has just been chaotic, and we're trying to get the house set up, we're trying to be adults, and my girlfriend's dealing with the whole custody thing, and she's going through the steps of transition. I'm actually about to start the steps for my medical transition, but it's still a little ways off. And everything has been very chaotic, but I have a much better support system now than I did when I started my channel. And I'm sorry that I left you guys hanging for so long. I was not expecting to be like on such a long hiatus. I was only expecting a couple of months tops while I got settled, but in my life it's always one thing after another, so you kind of just have to roll with the punches. But yeah, I'm back. I am working on setting up a proper recording space. But things might be a little wonky while I figure out what's actually going on, because Wednesdays don't actually work for me as my upload day anymore. But we're working on getting things settled, and maybe one of these days my girlfriend will pop in on a Q&A or something. But it is what it is. I have missed you guys so much, and I'm sorry again that I was gone for so long. Life, like, that's all I can say. It's just life, you know. I do really enjoy making these videos, and I've missed doing it so much. But some new friends that I've made have actually kind of encouraged me to, like, put myself back out there. So here we go. Got the mic set up and everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Drop me a comment. Talk to me. Drop me a question. I would really like to go ahead and just do that Q&A video that I talked about for 50 subs. I know I'm still a ways off, but it's not like I'm gonna be right back in the swing of things just yet. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day and stay safe.